What's up, beautiful people? How you doing? This is According to Pru. My name is Pru. Now, if you're new to this channel, welcome on board. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Don't be confused. The name of the channel is still Money Talk with Pru. But this segment that I'm introducing is called According to Pru. So let me back it up a bit and explain to you what this new segment is all about. Money Talk with Pru is a channel you know and love. It's the channel we talk about all things finance, be it personal finance or finance about small businesses. So this channel's core message is to talk about finance. And I love to do that. That's my field, and my qualifications that allow me to talk about these things are that I am a chartered accountant and that I have over 15 years of working experience. And those 15 years, I have spent them in various companies, but all of them in the finance department. So that is why Money Talk with Pru exists. Now, this new segment, According to Pru, is under Money Talk with Pru. And in this segment, I'm going to be talking to you and sharing with you lists, opinions, recommendations, and just general life advice. And my qualification to do this is that I have lived over 30 years as a human being. So if you have any questions on business or just general life issues, you can inbox or send them to the email in the description box, and I'm going to share with you my non-expert advice. So on this very first episode of According to Pru, I have 4 or 5 things that I would like to talk to you about. Number 1 is the rise of podcasts in Malawi. I'm going to talk about how they are booming and if it's good, if you can make money with podcasts. And I'm going to give my personal opinion on one particular podcast in Malawi, which is called Podcast Malawi. And the second thing I'm going to talk to you about is this national grandma we have adopted, and her name is Jetu. I'm going to give my opinion on that, and I'm going to share with Jetu or whoever manages Jetu just a few tips on the financial aspect of her newfound fame. I'm also going to share with you some recommendations on events that you should attend, on movies and a series that I love. And on the last thing, I'm going to shine the spotlight on somebody that I feel talks about important issues in the country and that most of us would learn a thing or two from. And if we can follow and maybe act on his advices and suggestions, the country would be moving in a better direction. The rise of podcasts in Malawi. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Well, the short answer and the easy answer is that, of course, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that most Malawians now have something to say and they're not afraid to say it, and now they're opening platforms to say something about it. So it's a very good thing that this is happening. Now, podcasts have been podcasts for the longest time, and our friends in these developed countries have been making lots and lots of money on podcasts, and it's high time that we too do the same. Now, podcasts can be shared in various ways. Most of them are shared on the initial part was only audio. The initial start rather was audio. So on Spotify or Google Podcasts and all other streaming platforms. That's where most podcasts gained their momentum. And then they translated into video podcasts, which is now what we know and see today. Now, for you to have a good podcast, you just have to have video and audio as well. So, as I've said, the other countries have been monetizing this thing forever. And the way people get paid is through the streams, like the listening platform that you're on. They pay you after you've reached a certain milestone that they have set up. And the other way is that you get advertisers to advertise on your platform, and so many other ways. But for Malawi, it was just announced a few months ago by the Director General of MACRA that YouTube, which is the biggest podcast platform now, is going to also recognize Malawi, and Malawi is going to be a country where people actually make money from YouTube. Now, that is not to say that people are not making money now, because they are, as in Malawian YouTubers, Malawian podcasters. They make money. Do not be fooled. Do not be surprised, or maybe you may be surprised, but don't be fooled. They make money now. It's just that I've noticed that it's like it's somehow kept secret, silent. Like, people don't want to share that they are making money with their YouTube channels. But the thing is, they are making money. So there's that one aspect that they don't want to share, or two, they don't know that they can make money. Now, like all the other platforms that I'm talking about, they have their own metrics that they now tell you that, okay, now you can apply, your channel is eligible to be monetized. So maybe some of these people missed those emails, but I see that most channels in Malawi have reached that milestone. So, because as it is right now, the way for you to make money on YouTube, you need to have 1,000 subscribers. You need to have about, it's either $10,000 of streaming, of people watching your videos, or about, that's full videos, or about 90,000 views for the shorts, because they're like short videos. So most channels that I know, most Malawian channels, already reached that milestone. It's just that maybe they haven't applied, or they don't know how to do it. But people are making money, and it's a very easy process. You set up the time, the date that you'll be getting your money, which is for YouTube, it's once a month. Most people it's in the 20s, 20, 21st. Money transfers from the YouTube account to the account that you linked that YouTube account to. So it can be either your PayPal account or your bank account. And most people that I know that are getting access to this money is because they have an account with Standard Bank. But I can talk about this more later. The main point that I wanted to put across is that it is a good thing that podcasts are on the rise in Malawi. And if you have an idea that you feel would be great for a YouTube channel, do it. Just do it. The important thing is to start, because you need to build that audience that I'm talking about. For you to get 1,000 subscribers, it's a journey. So you need to start now. You need to start writing your ideas and just like plan out on how you're going to do it. Start with recording on your phone, or if you have access to cameras, professional cameras, that's even better. But go ahead and start. By the time YouTube is now properly recognizing Malawi as one country that people can monetize their content, you would have reached maybe already your milestone of getting 1,000 subscribers, or at least on your way there. So yes, it's a good thing that podcasts are on the rise, and join the bandwagon, like join in, start your podcast. Okay, so I listen to a lot of Malawian and watch a lot of Malawian YouTubers, and it's a great thing, as I've already said. And one of the podcasts that I watch is Podcast Malawi. Now, it has recently come into the spotlight, not necessarily with good reviews, especially on the recent episode that they did talking about Jetu. What the episode was talking, it's a hit or miss. That's what they call it, that segment, hit or miss. It's where they rate music songs rather, and sometimes music videos. So they're rating Jetu, and this one in particular, they were rating both the video and the person. And let's just say most people don't agree with what they said. And I just wanted to say that everybody can have their own opinion. We don't all necessarily have to have the same worldview. We can't all have the same worldview. So the way they see it, the people that were hosting that episode see it, and the way you see it, and those people that were talking all sorts of things in the comments see it, it's just gonna be different. And we should embrace the different opinions that we all have, because if we all feel and like the same things, do the same thing, it's just gonna be a whole boring world. So I'm okay with them having their opinions and stuff. I just wanted to say maybe it could be a little kinder, because I did feel that episode was very harsh, especially when they were talking about Jetu being exploited. I just feel like that word is too much for something that like you have no evidence, like physical evidence to show that this our nation or grandma is being exploited. You know what I mean? So just be kind in your critiquing. I should say that. But all in all, I love Podcast Malawi, and I wanted to appreciate them. I love Podcast Malawi, and I like the fact that they have different programs and different set dates and days that they do these things. It's like an organized thing, and that's something beautiful to see. So shout out to Podcast Malawi. My favorite episode, the one that I want people to go watch when you have time, especially for musicians, is the one I recently watched, that they had Evans Music come in. He was talking about how, I think he's the self-appointed critic of musicians in Malawi. He had a lot of good things to say. So when you get a chance, spare 1-2 hours to listen to what he had to say. So Podcast Malawi, I wish you all the best. And I would like to talk about our national grandma, our adopted grandma, Jetu. Jetu, I am proud of you. I think you are the coolest grandma right now. And well done. Well done for defying the odds, I should say, because I read that you're 72 years old. Jetu. Muchita bwino. Mavina chonchija, kuchena chonchija. It's nice to see. And I want to say just well done to the grandson, MD. I don't know how you pronounce MD, but yeah, you're doing a phenomenal job with your grandma. And I think it was really smart of you to, because I know you're a musician yourself, but it was really smart of you to say, you know what? There's something that I can create that only my grandma can do. And then you brought it to life. You know, you didn't just think about it, but you brought it to life. And now it's entertaining. We are being entertained by your grandma. I think that's pretty cool. So, as I said, According to Pru is another segment of Money Talk with Pru. I just feel like I should throw in just a little finance advice, because it's an obvious thing now that, you know, you have some fame, or rather your grandma has some fame. She's going to be making some money. So my advice to you is that if you are not well versed with, you know, savings and banking and all that stuff, go and find professional advice. I think institutions like Nico or Old Mutual, they can actually willingly help you understand what you can do with that money. So for things like pension in Malawi, I think right now the retirement age is 60. They like pension and stuff, so that means the pension option is gone. But then also most policies in Malawi, they don't like to bring in people they don't allow rather for somebody who is over the age of 55 to start an insurance policy. But they should have things that are like of this very senior category, like people 60 above. They should have some products. So I think it would be a good thing for your grandma if you are to visit a Nico or Old Mutual office, and they can financially guide you to help you with the finances that you're currently earning right now, so that you don't just squander them. And you know, the thing with fame, it's like You want it forever, but it doesn't stay forever. So while grandma is hot right now, use that time to save up. I know it's not just her money that she's now making. She's obviously making it for her grandchildren or whoever her relatives are. Help her. And the way you can help her is to get professional finance advice. And Nico or Old Mutual, they have excellent people there. They will help you. I just want to see you. We don't want to see Jetu continue to win. In this video, her Chakwaza video, well done. And guys, let's continue to share it so that our grandma, our very, cool grandma can reach 1 million views. Wouldn't that be so cool? I think it would be cool. And despite that she's a grandma, guys, I think we should all just come together and support her. She is carrying the Malawian flag. And this is art. Art is subjective. I know there's so many people talking about how the message or the choreography. Anyway, they're critiquing it to tiny bits that are really unnecessary. The point is, a Malawian is going to have another video, on YouTube with over 1 million views if we support her. I think that's pretty cool. So, grandma, our national grandma, let's help her go, international. Share her videos. Let her win. It's her time, so let's all support her. Those are my 2 cents on it. Now, according to Pru, hi, I'm Pru. I have a few recommendations that I think would be beneficial, would be fun for you. So, my first recommendation is an event that I feel most of you should attend. And it's an online event. The event is called Unlocking Your Online Income Generating Potential. By the time this video airs, this event would have happened because it's happening on May 4th at 7 p.m. But it will be recorded. That much I'm sure of. So it will be on the Facebook pages of these 2 individuals, Dennis Imaan and Elsie. And her page is called Profit Ways with Elsie. And these pages are both on Facebook. So it's a free event, business webinar. It's called Unlocking Your Online Income Generating Potential. As the title says, the title just speaks for itself. They just want to share with you ways on how you can generate income online. And some of these things are these podcasts that I'm talking about, YouTube, so TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. People, and when I say people, Malawians are making money on these platforms. So it's a good thing for you to go and see what how your fellow Malawians are doing it and what you can do for you to also be earning money online. So the speakers are Elsie Musango and Dennis Imaan. They are both entrepreneurs. So do yourself a solid and attend this event. That's my first recommendation. My second recommendation is a series. It's a series, and the series is an FBI series. So I love anything investigative, and I like it when it starts with somebody's dead or somebody's missing and who did it, and then we go backwards and try to solve this. So if you're a fan of crime movies, crime series, and you haven't seen the FBI series, you should check that out. They have 6 seasons, so be prepared to be hooked. You're gonna want to finish every episode, every series once you start. But yeah, so that's my series recommendation. And a movie recommendation. I am a fan of comedy, so the movie I would recommend is called Bridesmaids. It's the movie it should be 15 years old, maybe even 16 years old, but it still is the funniest movie ever. So if you're in the mood for comedy, watch Bridesmaids. Bridesmaids is actually on Netflix. FBI series is not, but you can find ways, I'm sure, of finding the series. But Bridesmaids is on Netflix, so if you are If you have Netflix and you have paid, you can watch that. Yeah. So those are my recommendations for this episode. Drum roll, please. Now, on the spotlight. This is where, as I said, I'm going to be shining the light on somebody I feel is doing a good job in making us think, as the viewers, as who see his work, making us think differently. And rightfully so, his slogan or his motto is think differently. That's what he does. He brings up ideas and things that are going on in the country and just helps us think of how we can do things better. And if his questions, the questions that he poses, could be taken seriously, I feel that there could be some positive change in the country. For example, one of his solo protests, I can say it's not really a protest, it's just him informing us, is he usually writes a message on a board and then he goes and stands in the streets, in the roads of the country, and just stands there with his placard for us to read. One of them was one that he wrote: Lilongwe is a city without efficient public transport system, any recreation parks, world-class venues, but has a city council. Reimagine Lilongwe. So yeah, he says his slogan, as I said, is think differently, but then he also writes and reposts the hashtag reimagine. And in this case, he was talking about Lilongwe, so he said reimagine Lilongwe. And that makes you think it has a city council. The point of having a city council is to make sure that the city has these systems, this efficient public transport system, that the city has recreation parks, that the city has world-class venues. Now, this is also a capital city, by the way. So when he wrote that, for other people, they'll just feel like, people complaining or whatnot. But he's bringing that to our attention. It's because we somehow just, Malawians generally, we accept substandard service. And it's something that is, I don't know, it's almost like to the core of our being. But people like him remind us that this is not how it's supposed to be. You know, streets are not supposed to be this dirty. Yes, they have cleaners and whatnot, but maybe sometimes it's dirty because the cleaners are not enough. Maybe we need to employ more city cleaners. You know, this efficient public transport system thing. We still are in the whole process of Blimbanandi motorcycles and tuk-tuks in the capital city. But if there was an efficient, transport system, those things would not have been issues. So I just want to shine my light, a very small light, on Dennis Imaan, and I encourage each and every one of you to go on his page and just see the things that he shares. There are things that will make you think differently and reimagine your country, because most of these things that he puts up are us reimagining ourselves, as in sustaining ourselves, creating jobs, because he's an entrepreneur as well, and reimagining our country for the better. So shout out to Dennis Imaan. So guys, that is what I brought for you today on our very first episode of According to Pru. Hi, I'm Pru. So tell me what you think. Please, I'm dying to, read your comments, your recommendations, your suggestions. They are all welcome. Please put them all in the comment section below. And for any business inquiries, as you can see, these ads that are going under your screen. If you want something like that, you can email me at prudencecastinja@gmail.com and we can discuss so that you can get your services viewed, sold to a wide audience. But yeah, so this is the first episode of According to Pru, which is under Money Talk with Pru. I look forward to seeing you next week, and I really, really do look forward to your honest comments and suggestions, as I've already said. Now, before you leave, please, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button that's below your screen. That one, that one. Hit it. If you do that, you're gonna help a fellow Malawian get their word out in the country, in the world, and you're also gonna help other people, see this channel and help them, view it, get some tips, so that they can also get some tips and maybe improve their lives. So until next time, bye.